Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise to bring you the essential insights from the world's most compelling ideas. Today, we're taking a closer look at Vex King's incredibly popular book, Good Vibes, Good Life. This book, it really seemed to resonate with a lot of people, didn't it? Especially during, the uncertainties of recent years. The Independent Review mentioned that, talking about this kind of universal need for inner strength. Now, I'll admit, these life-changing books, sometimes I get a little skeptical, like the reviewer initially felt. But digging into our sources, well, there's a surprisingly practical framework here. Okay, let's unpack this.
Absolutely. And our mission today is really to explore how Vex King proposes we can cultivate a positive mindset. Not just to feel better, although that's part of it, but to actually attract the life we want. We'll be focusing a lot on self-love, which he sees as foundational, and the practical steps he offers. King's whole thing revolves around understanding good vibes, what they are, how they connect to our well-being, and how they might help us, well, manifest things. And to help us figure this out, we've got a great personal review from The Independent, gives a real-world feel, and also a detailed breakdown from short-form books, which lays out his arguments clearly.
Okay, so let's start at the core. King's central concept is this law of vibration. What exactly is that? He seems to argue that achieving happiness, getting your dream life, it all stems from having a positive mindset, right? Emitting these good vibes.
Exactly. He says everything in the universe, us, our thoughts, our emotions, it's all made of atoms vibrating at different frequencies. And the idea is like attracts like. So high vibrations attract positive stuff, low vibrations. Well, they attract negativity. It's like an energetic mirror.
Okay, so vibration leads to attraction.
Precisely. That leads right into his take on the law of attraction. He suggests that once you're consistently putting out that positive frequency, that high vibration, then you can manifest what you desire. Money, love, achievements, whatever it is. How? By focusing your mind on it. Really imagining it like it's already real. Visualizing it.
Okay. But there's a catch, isn't there?
Yes. And this is fascinating. King puts a crucial limitation on it. He says the law of attraction only works if you can keep up that positive mindset, like all the time. And that's really the point of the book. It's meant to teach you how to maintain those good vibes consistently. Because as he puts it, your brain's atoms vibrate according to your mental state.
Maintain it all the time. Wow, okay, that sounds challenging. Sustained effort, not just a fleeting positive thought. So how does he say we actually do that? Where do you even start with keeping your vibrations high consistently?
Well, he argues it all begins with building a really solid foundation of self-love. That's the bedrock. He says it enables everything else, accepting yourself, taking care of your body and mind, being present. And he breaks self-love down into two main parts.
Okay, two parts.
Yeah. First, it's about total acceptance of yourself. Like really appreciating who you are right now, where you are in life, flaws and all. And second, it's about taking action to improve yourself, making positive changes. But here's the key insight. He warns that lots of people try to jump straight to the improvement part without truly accepting themselves first.
I see. So they're trying to fix something they haven't fully accepted yet.
Exactly. And King believes that often leads to failure or changes that just don't stick. And, if we connect this to the bigger picture, health experts actually agree. They find that genuine self-love really motivates healthier choices, builds resilience. It leads to growth across the board, physical, psychological, even spiritual.
So self-love isn't just some fuzzy concept. King makes it sound very practical, like the essential first step. What are some of those practical things he suggests we do? How do we actually, build that self-love day to day?
He gives several really clear actions. First, he says, love your appearance. And he reminds us, look, beauty standards, they're just social constructs, always changing. Appreciate what makes you unique instead of comparing.
That's a good reminder. Easy to forget.
Isn't it? Then appreciate your inner beauty. Focus on your good qualities, your intelligence, your kindness, compassion, things like that. Also, celebrate your achievements, big or small. Finish a tough project, make your favorite meal, meet up with friends. Acknowledge it.
Okay, active appreciation. I like that.
And a really big one. Forgive yourself. We all mess up. The past is past. You can't change it. Learn the lesson. Let it go. And finally, check your behavior. Be honest. Are there habits, maybe addictions, or even relationships that are holding you back that are toxic? Address them.
That feels like a really holistic approach to building self-worth from the inside out. Now, King also talks about positive body language, right, as another way to raise your vibration. He suggests our outward actions can actually change how we feel inside. Like, faking a smile can make you feel a bit better.
Yes, he mentions that. And he also brings up power poses. Claims holding certain poses for a couple of minutes can increase testosterone and decrease cortisol, the stress hormone.
Right, the power pose thing. Now, this raises an interesting point because while, yeah, psychologists do often say positive body language can make you feel more confident, the science on the hormone changes is actually pretty debated, isn't it?
It is. And it's important to note that medical experts point to studies showing that, well, expansive postures don't seem to have a measurable impact on those specific hormone levels, testosterone and cortisol. So it might be more about how it makes you feel, the perception, rather than a direct chemical change, King suggests.
Okay, so the feeling is real, the mechanism might be different, good distinction. What else does he suggest for raising vibrations?
Well, beyond body language, he really emphasizes taking care of your body and mind. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
He talks about getting outside, spending time in nature. Apparently, it's great for your emotional state, lowers blood pressure, reduces stress, boosts your immune system, even self-esteem.
Can't argue with a walk in the park.
Right. And also sunlight. Getting enough vitamin D. He explains it helps with serotonin, the happiness hormone, which is why lack of sun can lead to things like seasonal affective disorder, SAD. Phototherapy is actually used to treat that.
Okay, nature, sun. What about food? You mentioned food earlier.
Ah, yes, food. This is interesting. King suggests foods actually have their own vibrational frequencies. He references a study from way back 1949 that categorized them.
Yeah.
High frequencies were things like fresh fruit, raw veggies, whole grains, nuts. Decent frequencies included boiled vegetables, dairy, eggs, natural sweeteners, cooked fish. Lower down, you had cooked meat, coffee, tea, processed sweets. And apparently, things like margarine, refined sugar, bleached flour, spirits, they had, like, no vibration.
Wow, a 1949 study on food vibes. That's quite specific. Is he suggesting this has a literal energetic impact, or is it more of a metaphor for eating clean?
He seems to present it as pretty literal, that eating high-frequency foods directly boosts your own vibration, helps with manifesting. But, even if you take it metaphorically, the core message is clear, isn't it? Eat whole, healthy foods. Be mindful of what you consume. It supports your well-being, and that definitely links to a positive mindset.
Right. So intentional eating supports good vibes, however you frame it. Makes sense. So we've covered the physical side, body language, nature, food. But King also dives deep into the mental and emotional practices, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is huge for him.
One of the big ones seems to be gratitude, actively being grateful. I liked his exercise. If you're feeling down, think about something simple you take for granted, like
Yeah.
your oven. And then really imagine life without it. Gathering wood, building a fire. Suddenly that kitchen appliance feels like a miracle.
It's a powerful perspective shift, isn't it?
Huh.
Puts things in context. Another key practice he outlines is how to turn bad emotions into good ones.
Okay, how does that work? You can just flip a switch.
Well, not exactly a switch, but a process.
Yeah.
First, you identify the emotion, anger, jealousy, whatever it is. Then you question it. Is this feeling really appropriate right now? Then dig deeper. What's underneath it? Usually insecurity or fear. Next step. Consciously replace that feeling. Bring up a positive memory, a feeling of love or confidence. And finally, think about how you'll respond differently next time. It's about rewiring.
So it's more like emotional alchemy, transforming it, not just ignoring it.
Exactly. And to help with all this, he strongly recommends living in the present moment through meditation. He argues it's key to stop getting dragged down by regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Stay here, now. He even claims you can see results with just, 15 minutes a day for 30 days.
That connects to other stuff we've looked at, like Dan Harris and 10% Happier. Meditation helping you kind of detach from that noisy inner voice. Respond instead of just reacting. Be more compassionate. Worry less.
Precisely, it all ties together. So we've got all these ways to raise our vibration. But King is just as focused on the other side,
Yeah.
of avoiding what lowers it. Basically, anything causing suffering pulls you down, and you need to be aware of what those things are, both inside and out.
Right. So it's not just about adding good habits, but also actively eliminating the bad vibes. He starts with a big one. Avoiding toxic people. That sounds harsh, but his reasoning makes sense. He says vibes are contagious, negativity rubs off, the type constant complaining, criticizing, gossiping.
Oh yeah, they can really drain you. And there's actually science behind this. You mentioned primal leadership. They talk about the limbic system, our brain's emotional center. It's described as an open loop system, meaning our emotions aren't sealed off. We're highly influenced by the people around us. We kind of catch their moods.
Like emotional contagion. So what does this mean for you, the listener? King says you basically have two choices. Either distance yourself, create some space, or if you think they might be receptive, have an honest chat about how their negativity is affecting you. The goal. Surround yourself with positive, supportive people.
Makes sense. He also warns specifically about energy vampires. These are the people who maybe lean on you constantly for emotional support, and while helping friends is good, if you consistently feel totally drained or down after interacting with someone, King says you owe it to yourself to take a break. Recharge. Protect your energy.
Self-preservation isn't selfish. Okay, what else should we avoid?
A huge one. Don't compare yourself to others. He really hammers this point home. He thinks comparisons are basically pointless because everyone's journey is unique. Different starting points, different goals, different struggles. But society, especially with social media and advertising, constantly pushes us to compare and makes us feel inadequate.
Yeah, the comparison trap is real. Any tips on how to avoid it?
Well, experts suggest a few things. Identifying your triggers, what makes you compare. Starting a gratitude journal helps shift focus back to your own life. Documenting your own achievements, big or small. Trying to see others as potential allies or inspiration, not rivals.
Yeah.
And maybe the simplest. Treat yourself like you treat your best friend. Be kind.
Treat yourself like your best friend. I like that. Okay, what else drags down the vibes?
Negative activities. Things like gossiping, pointless arguments, judging others, constant complaining. King links this back to the ego wanting to feel superior. Eckhart Tolle talks about this in The Same Rare. A New Earth, too, complaining strengthens the ego, but ultimately it just breeds more negativity. So catch yourself doing it.
Right. And tied to that is his point. Don't focus on the bad things. Dwelling on past mistakes or worrying endlessly about the future, that's not living in the present. And according to King, focusing on negativity can actually attract more of it.
Instead, he encourages faith. Trust that things happen for a reason, even the tough stuff. Those past hardships, they taught you lessons. They brought you to where you are now. Who you are today is shaped by all of it.
Okay, so we've cultivated self-love, raised our vibrations with positive practices, and actively cut out the negative influences. Now for the payoff. How does King say we actually use this high vibe state to achieve our ideal life, manifest those goals?
Right, this is where it all comes together. He gives some final, really actionable recommendations. First up, visualize what you want. And he means really visualize.
Like that car example.
Exactly. Don't just think I want a new car. Imagine driving it. Feel the steering wheel, smell the leather, adjust the mirrors, hear the engine, make it sensory. Apparently, studies show visualization activates the same brain regions as actually doing the thing. It primes your brain. You know, like creating a vision board, an idea popularized by The Secret. King integrates this, but stresses it needs to be paired with action.
Okay, visualize vividly. What's next?
Consider your underlying beliefs about reality. This is deep. King argues that your experience of the world is filtered through your core beliefs. If you believe deep down that people can't be trusted, or that only lucky people get rich, well, that tends to become your reality because it shapes your perceptions and actions.
Like a self-fulfilling prophecy based on your worldview.
Kind of, yeah. Tony Robbins talks about this in Awaken the Giant Within. Beliefs dictate how we interpret everything. So King advises, identify your negative assumptions, then actively look for opposing beliefs and evidence to support them. If you think you need connections to succeed, research stories of self-made people. Challenge your own narrative. Oh, and Robbins adds a useful point. Distinguish between specific beliefs, I'm bad at tennis, and global ones, I'm bad at everything. Don't let one bad experience define everything.
Challenge limiting beliefs. Got it. Powerful stuff.
Then there's reciting positive affirmations. The idea is that repetition can reprogram your subconscious. King gives guidelines. Make them honest, believable for you, achievable, use your own words, state them in the present tense, make them detailed, and say them out loud, daily, like I am confident and capable and I handle challenges effectively.
This sounds like Napoleon Hill's auto-suggestion.
Exactly. It's the same principle. And Hill emphasized emotionalizing the words, really feeling them as you say them, making it an internal command, not just empty words.
Okay. Visualize, challenge beliefs, affirm. Is that?
Almost.
Yeah.
There's one final, absolutely crucial step.
Let me guess. Action.
You got it. Take action. King is crystal clear. Positive thinking and visualizing are essential, but they're not enough. You have to consistently do the work. Break down those big goals into small, manageable daily steps. And here's where it gets really interesting. Avoid procrastination like the plague. Consistency builds momentum, gives you those little dopamine hits. There's that great tip from Ultra Learning, the 5-minute rule. If you're stuck, just commit to doing the task for 5 minutes. Often that's all it takes to get rolling.
Wow. So it really is a full package: mindset, beliefs, emotions, and then concrete, consistent action. What a comprehensive journey through Vex King's Good Vibes, Good Life. It's clear how self love is the engine, powering these positive habits and the intentional action needed to, well, attract that ideal life. It's quite a blend.
It really is. It connects the inner world with outer results.
So, as we wrap up thinking about all these different elements, what's the one thing that really stands out to you from King's whole approach?
Hmm. That's a good question. I
Yeah.
think it really makes you consider the scale of this. This raises an important question. If our individual thoughts and feelings, our vibrations can truly shape our personal reality like King suggests, what could happen if we collectively focused on raising our vibrations? Think about the potential ripple effect. Our internal state, influencing our families, our communities, maybe even more broadly. It's something to ponder.
That is a profound thought, the collective power of individual positive energy. So, for everyone listening, as you go about your week, maybe just pick one small thing from today's dive. Could be 5 minutes of gratitude, consciously avoiding some negative gossip, visualizing one small goal. Just try applying one principle. Start cultivating your own good vibes and, well, see what happens.